bullets are jumping them down. The king will be busting it down. The only way justice is found. The time for your judgment is now. Look, ain't no remorse in my blood cell. There won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the word. Watch it, body to the sides. I could iron while you trust the lies. The next gun got back, gon' be 10 lives. I get it customized. And sending shots on like farewell. Praying payback, come back around like a carousel. Still remember your hardest words, ringing in my head like bells. When his body, you feel the Lord, fuck the cocktail. Your name will show the blood to the gang like I did Farmdale. Take back the bitch in the dress. See a barber shade the skin shirt cold. I just hope they make it hot still. Block fresh out the box, I swear I did no cocktail. Make myself a target in the world of man shooters. There was design five while I faded the pain. Good as damn, I can't sprain, I'll be overzealous. They want my jealous, I want brand new curve.
Shalom, Yasharala. This is Officer Darak of the Isupk under Commander General Yohana. Started out at 125th Street in Harlem, New York. And in 1969, we are the home of the truth, and we are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. We will not tell you that it's okay to marry into the other nations. We will not tell you that the promise includes the other nation. We will not tell you that it's okay to celebrate these demonic pagan holidays. You will not hear that from us. You know, we are all about the children of Israel, the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. And where can you find them? In the ghetto. You know, if you know the real meaning of the word ghetto, it means place where the Jews dwell. And just like it is written, it was written that we were going to go into slavery if we didn't keep these statutes, laws, and commandments. That's happened. You know, we are here to let you know the truth. You know, we're here so that you will truly be free. Like John said, we're going to bring you the truth. Let me just go to that. That's John chapter 8, verse 32. John chapter 8, verse 32. And this is what Christ said, the anointed one, whose real name was he who comes to save his people. That's what his name means. You know, you can't get that from Jesus. So his real name is Yahweh Shai. And when you define the word Yahweh Shai, which is in Paleo Hebrew, it will come out to he who comes to save his people. And that is also written in the scriptures. So this is Christ is still speaking, our King. John chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth. You're going to know the truth here in the Isupk. Whatever it is you want to know, just ask your question. We're going to tell you. It's very important that you know the truth, because you know if you live a lie, your kids is going to live a lie. And right now, living lies and fairy tales is what got us into the situation that we're in now. We had some sellouts, just like we got sellouts now, that went in there and tried to make a deal with our oppressors. They got paid. Jesse Jackson, he's well off. Look at Martin Luther King's family. They're well off. Al Sharpton, they're all well off. But what are they actually doing for us? We got left out. Here in the Isupk, under Commanding General Yohana, we are thankful that our generals aren't sellouts. Very thankful that they didn't start checking us for warrants, and if you had a warrant, take you to jail, saying that they could use it to rebuild the kingdom. That's not them. That's those other cats, you know, that are sellouts that go and make a deal with the oppressor, but they're bringing all you guys in, but at the same time, you're under surveillance. Read that again. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Only the truth is going to make you free, brother. Not living no fairy tale, thinking that when you pass, you're going to be up in heaven and everything is going to be peachy, you know, fantastic. Earth, heaven is on earth. Heaven is on earth. Heaven is not up in the sky. And it's written that the kingdom of heaven came down. So where these pastors get that, oh, well, you're gonna go up in the sky? No, 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 no. When you pass, no. That's you go to the Father and you go to sleep and you wait for a new body. And your position on how you come in your new life depends on how you carried yourself in that past life. You're going to be punished. Like if you're doing a bunch of wicked stuff right now and you're dealing with these issues, when you pass and you get reincarnated, you're going to get born into a worse position that you were in because you didn't keep the law. You did all these evil, wicked things you thought you were getting away with. You know, just because he doesn't dish out his judgment expediently does not mean you're going to get judged. Look at the statutes of limitations on murder. You know, it never ends. It's the same way with the Most High. There's no statute of limitation on unaliving people. There's no statutes of limitations on these statutes, laws, and commandments. They do not end. And look at what's going on right now. What's going on right now in the news should prove to you who we are. What you see ICE doing, what I see, this isn't just about deportation. This is about installing fear. They're running up to cars, breaking out the windows, you know, shooting the migrants. They got masks on their face where you can't see who they are. And there's a reason why they don't want you to see who they are. It's because they might get recognized. Oh, that's one of those. He's a Proud Boy. That's one of those Patriot members. Freedom, whatever. All these different neo-Nazi paramilitary groups are all getting hired for ICE. So for the Black community, especially for me, what I see the terror that they're doing to the Mexicans, so-called Mexicans, the tribe of Isupk, is what they were doing to us during slavery. They know they need these people. It's just hatred. They have to have something to hate. If they truly wanted to stop them from coming over here, they would stop undermining their country's economy and help support it. All that money that they're spending, ICE, National Guard, that money could be used to fix the problem within that country, and all these migrants wouldn't come. If they did business with Venezuela and just buy the oil from them, the Venezuelans wouldn't come. But this is what's going on. Those people are coming over here. My people are coming over here because their country's economy has been undermined. They taken away the agriculture that they used to grow, paid them to do something different. Oh, we'll dig oil or here, build this plant. So now they no longer have all that extra food and stuff that they used to just grow because they made a deal with the oppressor. Then the oppressor decides, I'm not buying nothing from you unless you do a backflip and jump up in the air and do a double flip and land through that hula hoop. I won't buy nothing from you. Pretty much. That's what's going on. That's why you have all these people coming to this country. But what's going on? All I can say is that the nations only get blessed through us. So judgment is coming. Be ready so you don't have to get ready. You ever heard that phrase before? Be ready. Don't be getting ready. Be ready. Because the Most High in Christ is coming like a thief in the night. Nobody knows. Grace is running out. Grace is running out. Everything that General Yohana, Commanding General Yohana, said was going to happen has happened. He's a true prophet. He's a true preacher, a true messenger from the Most High in Christ. I'm not going to call him a preacher because he's not a preacher. He's a teacher. He's a real teacher sent by the Most High in Christ to share this information with you. This is actually, it does tremendous things for me. It made my son strong. You know, we have a wonderful history. We have the greatest history. Our history is so great that everybody want to be like us. They claim our identity. They want to take on our code of ethics, except at least the ones they like, the ones that they feel better their society. Other than that, they just throw them away. They don't, it's a lot that they didn't want to deal with, but this is the truth. There's too many people going around that just like being led like they're blind because they don't understand this book. And the reason that they don't understand this book is because we don't talk like this now. We talk different back then. So when you really break this down into the way we talk now, it makes completely sense. It connects all the dots, especially when you put the apocrypha with it. It is right in line with the history timeline. Doesn't skip a beat. It's amazing. That's why they tried to take these books out, this apocrypha out, because it ties in all the history timeline. So if you like history, you a history buff, you could go in here and just follow the timeline. What is it? The sea people. It tells you who they are. Alexander is in there. It tells you all that. I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 48, verse 6, because this is what this verse was put on me by the Most High in Christ. And this is, for me, it was like this is Commanding General Yohana. So I'm going to read this. Isaiah chapter 48, verse 6. Isaiah chapter 48, verse 6. Thou hast heard, see all this in what? Oh, Salakia. Give me 1 second. Bear with me. Let me start at verse 4. And this is Isaiah speaking. Chapter 48, verse 4. Because I know that thou art obstinate, and thy neck is an iron sinew, and thy broke brass. That's like, Salakia, but that's like Commanding General Yohana telling us, like, man, I know you hard-headed. It's like, in just the way he presented, because he's coming from there, like, yeah, I was hard-headed too. So I know you hard-headed. So it sort of hits home for me, because it's just like, it just reminds me of him so much. If you ever met the man, you would understand the feeling and the emotion I get from this verse, because it's something that I could hear him saying. I had even from the beginning declared it to thee. Like from the beginning, before you even really get to know you. Like, man, I know you hard-headed, stiff-necked. He just knows. Before it came to pass, I showed it thee. And it's been shown before you even met him, before it come to pass, before you met him, because he's telling you in the classes. Least thou shouldest stay. My idol had done them, and my grave image and my molten image have commanded them. So he's telling you, man, all that is all false idols. He's been telling you that from the beginning. From day one. He don't want you to think that, oh, you getting that from this and you getting that. No, man, no. Those is all idols. Thou hast heard, see all this, and will not ye declare it? I have showed the new things from the time, even hidden things, and thou didn't know them. They are created now, and not from the beginning, even before the day when thou heardest them not, lest thou shouldest say, behold, I knew them. So, he's like, you can't tell him that you knew this stuff. You can't tell him that, because you were out there doing all that stuff. And most of us, God is in our DNA. blacks, Hispanics, and Native, we're just, God is in our DNA. We all, most of us, there are some of us that don't, but we all believe in that higher power, and we want to know how and what to do to be in his favor. That's what you learn here in the ISUPK. How and what to do to be in the Most High in Christ's favor. You don't want your blessing from the devil, who's our oppressor that the Bible speaks of. Look at P. Diddy. He was getting his blessings from the oppressor. Look at Big U. He getting his blessings from the oppressor. We could go on and on and on, on and on and on, And what happens when the devil just feels a certain way? Clowns you. Have your business all on the internet. Next thing you know, you're dragging you off to jail. Just took Chauncey Billups to jail. Blazers basketball coach. He over there allegedly getting paid by the mob to play poker to get other people to come in and play poker on high stakes. And they were using all kind of high-tech, super spy glasses. You could see through the cards, put your cards on the table. They could see what your cards is. Come out of her, my people. Come out. Separate yourself. He didn't need that. He getting paid millions just to be the basketball coach. You got paid millions to play. What is wrong with you? See? That's why you can't be dealing like that. You got to separate yourself. He didn't separate himself. He didn't separate himself. I'm going to go to Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. See, what he should have been doing is he should have been in these classes. And when he was thinking about doing that, he should have got some guidance. He could have called us, and one of these brothers would have guided him using this book. I'm going to go to Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And he don't need the money. He didn't need the money. I don't think he needed the money. I don't see how he needed the money. Revelations chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and not that ye receive not of her plagues." Man, the plagues is coming. Separate yourself so you do not get none of the plagues that are coming. And this is all kind of stuff going on. New diseases popping up. You don't. This is what this book is warning of us. Our ancestors was telling us, come out of them. Quit following their ways. You don't have to be a disrespectful little bastard to them. But you don't have to don't do what they do. That's not for you. They shouldn't be doing it. But you are the children of the God that created everything seen and everything not seen. So he don't give a damn what they do. Just like my kid, I don't give a damn what his friends do. I'm worried what he do. So what if he didn't get up to go to school? He need to get up and go to school, but you better believe, partner, if you don't hit that dough and make it to school on time, there's going to be some consequences for your actions. That's the way, same way our Father is with us. There is consequences for your actions. You know, it's going to be in your lifestyle. You're going to be like, man, my home life, I come home, the woman is always tripping. She always angry. The kids, you know, it's going to show. Your health. Start having them health complications, injuries, financial hiccups. It's all kind of ways that the Most High in Christ will punish you. So when you start doing stuff that is against our customs, don't wonder why things start going wrong. And all of us could look back and be like, man, if I would have kept listening and did like that book was telling me, I wouldn't have this going on right now. That wouldn't be happening right now because you wouldn't even be a part of it. That's what sin is. Sin is breaking the law. You know, your pastor, he likes to lie to you, telling you that he loved God. Oh, as you hear this, I love God. I love God. The oldest sisters in the church, oh, they just love God. They up there just acting a damn fool in the church. Each one of them trying to outdo the other one, like they love the Most High in Christ more than the next sister, more than the pastor. Let me let you know, none of them love the Most High in Christ. Not the pastors, not the sisters, the deacons, the ushers, or any of the people in the church. If you in the church, you don't love God because they're going against God. How you going to say you love God and you're going against God? You're doing what he tells you not to do, telling him like, oh, and I've had people in my family tell me, oh, I never learned that. It doesn't matter what you learn. You've been deceived. Wake up. Donald Trump don't want you to be woke. He said he's got a war on woke. He wants you to stay asleep. Because as long as you sleep and continue to break that law, they'll be in control. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of the one that follows. That's written. And the only way we get control is by keeping the law as a collective group. Yes, individually, we get the improvement, but to truly come over Christ, people be saying, oh, I'm waiting on Jesus. I want Jesus to come back. Christ is waiting on us. All this going on right now, he's waiting on us to love our brothers right now. They're dragging their own blind people here in Portland. They dragged the blind man. The man is blind Edomite. They done dragged him in there into the ICE agency and arrested him. But they also broke out this man's window, yanked him and took him to jail, just terrified his poor family. Oh, it was just sad the way they were in tears. And has all the documentation to be legally working in this country. He's been in this country for 25 years. They were looking for somebody else, mistaken identity, and they didn't ship this man all the way over to Tacoma now. He's locked up. Poor wife. Could you just imagine the hysteria that woman is feeling? Could you imagine how high her blood pressure has went up and hypertension? It's not about deportation. This is just to install fear. Because this country needs those people. This country needs us, our people, us, me. When I go out and I go shopping, let me see, I go out to Costco and Winco and Walmart out in Tiger. And when I go in the store, all the employees are Israelites. They're all Hispanic. In each store, the gas stations, the fast foods. So if you take them all, who's going to work? Your people don't want to work. The Caucasians do not want to work. They got all the help in the world here in Portland, Oregon. I've seen them on the news said, I don't want no help. I don't want no housing. All they want to do is be in their tent and get high. That's it. The United States is the biggest consumer of drugs because they gonna get their drugs. They just a big old dope head. Don't learn to be a dope head like them. They're all down there bent over. Quit taking on their ways. Don't be using, quit learning from them. And that's where our people learned all this stuff about drugs. It's all from them. Even getting the drugs. Even the Hispanics. Look at the history on who first, I think it was Sigmund and Freud. And he was a big cokehead. You can look it up. Drugs is in their DNA. They used to sell it in the catalogs. They fought the whole Civil War high on heroin. So the drug demand will never end in the United States until we take control. Because we don't like what it's done to our community, to our family members, to our kids. A lot of us got felonies and stuff from these drugs that they put in our community. But now that it's fentanyl, which like, I guess it's like a sort of like a heroin substitute, they're people like heroin. So now there's so many of them addicted. You see how they got all these different special programs and pathways. They didn't have none of that for us. It was lock up. You got a felony. Good luck when you get out getting housing and a job. That's what they had for us. So what you see is the Most High in Christ at work. It's like, okay, oh, you wanna poison my people? You wanna put all these drugs in my children's communities and teach them how to use these drugs? Okay, I got something for you. I'm gonna put this fentanyl in your community. Your people like these pills. Your people like, okay, it's gonna come in a pill form. That's one of the plagues. You have to separate yourself so that you don't partake in that plague. You know, this is the best advice. Oh, man. I'm so glad I was shown how to decipher this and to truly get some understanding, because it's my go-to guide for everything. I was always told, basic instructions before leaving life, but I never knew or understood these instructions until I got up under the Isupk under Commander General Yohana. Then I got some understanding. I've always loved God. Didn't understand none of it. I didn't even think I was an Israelite. I used to when I was younger. Then I started thinking, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they right. I don't know. It's just chaotic. I don't feel like I'm getting blessed. Boom, then the truth hit me. This why you ain't getting blessed, because you're breaking all the laws. Oh, once I start keeping those statute laws and commandments, my whole life changed. And trust me, I had a total different lifestyle that I chose to just walk away from. That money, it didn't mean as much to me. I was tired of it because I started seeing the destruction that was happening to my community. The drugs is killing people. You're a witch. You're combining these stuff to control people, which is actually witchcraft, you know? And a lot of us had heard that, but by it not really being emphasized, brothers, is too easy to shrug it off. But once they start understanding, then their conscience starts to work on them. And they start to be like, oh, I've seen a lot of brothers try and find something different to do. But hey, I tell them, man, this is the way, man. They too worried about what their friends think. I don't give a damn what my friends think, because none of them pay my bills. I don't care what you think. I'm still me, but I'm a better me. I'm way more improved. I don't have to worry about the police coming and taking nothing I have. I don't have to worry about the tax man. I don't have to worry about everybody and their mama trying to steal from me. I don't have to worry about none of that no more. I have peace of mind. Cats ain't out here trying to rob me. For what? I don't even ride around with money. I got a card. I use a card. That's what my card is for. I just don't ride around with I've seen people have stacks of money like that. That's because they can't go put their money in the bank. So how stressful is that? You got all this money and people want to rob you. You're not sleeping too good at all. You too worried about your paper, protecting your money. And even in that lifestyle, out hustling or whatever, you got people trying to rob you, man. You ever had somebody try and rob you? So, it's a lifestyle that will make your days shorter in number of ways, if nothing else, just from the stress alone. Just from the stress. Somebody try and rob you, shoot you, police shoot you. So if you're selling drugs, don't wonder why stuff is so chaotic. You're never going to get a peace of mind, because you're breaking the law. You're being a witch. You're combining herbs to control people. So And a lot of brothers get caught up in that lifestyle, man. I've actually seen brothers that try and change their lifestyle and get pulled back in, and lose their life. I've seen that happen more than once where this brother is like, done being that drug dealer. And that lure of that lifestyle, I guess, the popularity, the control factor drew him back in. And I've seen two brothers, lose their life. So it's just brothers is getting locked up. You are old, man. You got your kids, and Pawpaw, ain't nothing worse than a 70-year-old, 60-year-old drug dealer. You look ridiculous. You ain't did nothing. I'm going to read that one more time. Revelations chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Come out of her, man. We see our people that can't leave those people alone, and they walking over here. They can't even stand up straight. I had a relative that was out there dealing with them people, and I said, man, when you get ready, man, you got to separate yourself from them people. The family gonna help you. And finally, he separated himself from those people, and he went from living in a tent on the concrete, and now he got his own place. He got a truck. He be doing this little grass cutting and remodeling thing, completely different person, man. And I tried to tell him, just imagine how much better your life would be if you kept these statute laws and commandments. Let me be a walking billboard. Let me be a walking billboard. For people that know me, the lifestyle that I used to live, people thought was glamorous. I didn't. Then they'd be like, oh, he just threw all that away. And he just out here, look at him. Oh, he's struggling. Yes, I'd rather struggle because I learned the truth and I learned the errors of my ways. And I said, oh, man, I'm tripping. I said, man, I ain't, and I'm not getting no younger. So, yeah, then now they see me now like, oh, wow, yeah, man. Wow, man, yeah. Life's great. I love life. I don't have all that stress and fighting with the women. And one brother, girls cutting up all his car tires. And I had it okay. I said, none of that in my lifestyle. I sleep good at night. I'm going to go to Second Esdras, chapter 9. Which is in the Apocrypha. Oh, wait a minute, no. Yeah. And if you have a phone, you could pull that up on your phone. Just at the end of it, you put the second book of Esdras, I'm going to go to chapter 9. Put KJB at the end. You don't want just that NKG, new. See, that's telling you that's something new. And that's misleading. There's a lot that's left out in that. So Esdras, second Esdras, chapter 9, verse 16. And triumph not in my name for the destruction of your enemies, but ever to this day do ye yet murmur, when asked ye benefits, and I have done for you, when you were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did ye not cry unto me, saying, why hast thou brought us into this wilderness to kill us? It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness. Then I had pity upon your mournings, and and gave you manna to eat, so ye did eat angels' bread. Wait a minute, Salakia. I read the one. Okay, here we go. This is what's going on with our people right now. This is the Most High talking to us. Go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds, and their children their wickedness, which the laws done against me. See, breaking the laws, that they may tell their children's children, because the sins of their fathers are increased in them. You learn from our fathers, they didn't learn the truth. Then the kids ain't learning the truth. For they have forgotten me and have offended unto, and they have forgotten me and offered unto strange gods. See, we've forgotten God. You forgot your culture. You've forgotten where you come from. It's right here. He's telling you that. The sins have increased. We have doubled up the sins because our parents didn't know the law. We didn't know the law. What you hear people say all the time now, ain't no God. Oh man, that's a white man wrote that. That's how far away from our culture our people has gotten. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are one in the same. Do not let anybody else lead you to believe anything different. And now is the time for us to be ready and come back to our culture, to our God, and glory in the statutes, laws, and commandments, because that's what separates us from the heathens, from the beast. And with that, I'm going to end this class. Kwam Yasharala. Every Thursday night, I'll be here at 9 o'clock teaching a class. Anybody have any questions they want answered, please bring them. I will answer your questions. Also, please like and subscribe. We're also on TikTok. Subscribe to us on TikTok. ISUPK PNW Pacific Northwest. We're on Facebook. Like, subscribe. Let us help us build this kingdom back up so that we could get about this mess, so that we could be in charge where we're supposed to be. Shalom, Israel.